Welcome to the Ashworth Wealth Weekly Market Update. I don't think it's any secret that the stock market has been going through fairly turbulent times over the last few weeks. A lot of uncertainty in the government. Uncertainty in the government is not something that the stock market particularly cares for, and so you've seen volatility. Not unexpected. After pretty much every presidential election, whether the markets go up or whether the markets go down, those reactions are generally speaking emotional reactions, followed by the market's really trying to figure out where things stand. Well, as of right now, they're not really sure where things stand because of the uncertainty. Where that's been most pronounced is the so-called Magnificent Seven in the S&P 500. Of course, you know these stocks: Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Google, etc. So, what is really going on? Well, the markets are trying to figure that out. But let me just show you in this week's chart what things look like so far year to date. You can see from this chart that once again, so-called Magnificent Seven, year to date is down 12%. S&P 500 overall is down 3.6%. If you remove the Magnificent Seven from the S&P 500, it's basically flat, up 0.04%. But look at your international markets, 7.8%. Europe up 15.6%. Germany recently announced a $500 billion defense expenditure budget. So that's had a pretty big impact on Europe and what's happening in Europe. China up 17.6%. You may remember a couple of months ago when new AI technology was coming out of China and the Nvidia stock dropped pretty quickly in one day. The overall stock market did the same. Well, China has actually bounced mainly because of that. So, what does this tell us as far as your portfolios are concerned? Well, I think most of you will remember that we have historically preached the importance of a globally diversified portfolio. This is the exact reason why we preach a globally diversified portfolio. We're just as aware of everybody else that the US market has been the dominant market for over a decade, but we have made sure that we have positions held in European markets and international markets, including China. And this is specifically the reason why. We don't know when things are going to flip, but they flip very, very quickly when they do. And so, since we have exposure in those European markets, portfolios have not been hit nearly as hard overall. And not only that, we've been able to take advantage of that flip. Now, how long will this last? Well, of course, we don't know that either. But what we are confident in, as long as we maintain a diversified, internationally diversified portfolio with large companies, small companies, domestic, international, value growth, small, large, etc. As long as we have those types of portfolios built, we can take advantage of the ups and the downs of the market. And that way we're making sure that your portfolios are behaving correctly over time. So in short, the markets are trying to figure out exactly where they're at. And when I say the markets, I mean specifically the US markets. Things have a way of working themselves out. Business is smarter than government. They will figure out how to get around any sort of turmoil that comes because they have to. They have to make sure that they stay profitable, otherwise, they don't stay in business. But that is why we make sure that we stay globally diversified. Once again, as always, should you have questions regarding what's happening in the markets or in your portfolios in particular, please let us know. Just as kind of a reiteration to this is the turmoil that is currently passing in the markets right now really is just an indication of how important it is to maintain a long-term focus on our investments and to maintain a globally diversified portfolio, no matter which particular shiny object is out there. For the last decade plus, it's been the US market, but that might not be the case in the next decade plus. We'll just have to see kind of where things go from here. Regardless, we're going to take advantage of it by making sure that we have the portfolio designed effectively. We do appreciate, as always, the opportunity to work with each and every one of you. If you would like to share this information with anybody, please feel free to forward this the link to the YouTube channel to anybody. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out. Have a great rest of your week, and we will be in touch soon. Take care.